Welcome back to the Chad Hasty Show, News Talk KFYO. Joining us in studio right now with our good friends over at United Supermarkets, corporate dietitian for the United family of stores, Brenda Duby. Hey, Brenda.
Hey, how are you?
Great. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. Well, it's fall, almost. Like we're just right on top of it a couple days away.
It's like a taste of fall going into the weekend.
And if you walk into any of our stores, it's going to feel like fall because they're all full of those pumpkins, those beautiful mums. So I thought it'd be fun to learn a few things about pumpkins and squash, and as we get into that. So there's really two different types of squash. There's your summer squash, like zucchini, and your yellow summer squash. And then, your pumpkins, your spaghetti squash, your acorn squash. And the difference is the summer squash have really thin skins, and you can usually eat the whole thing, seeds and all. The winter squash, usually thicker skin. You can eat the seeds, but you would pick them out and roast them separately. So, there's that difference. They are very much related actually to melons, and most people didn't often realize that. They do have, the winter squash has long shelf life. They can last in a cool, dry place for weeks. And in fact, most of them are actually harvested in the fall, but they're called winter squash because they'll last a long time. So years ago, when you didn't have grocery stores and whatnot, and you were growing all your food, you could store it for the winter when, you couldn't really grow much during the winter. And then, pumpkins don't have to be orange. Check out some of the varieties we have. I think the Cinderella pumpkins are some of my favorite, kind of a gray color. So those are fun. They're white pumpkins. There's even kind of some green-gray pumpkins, blue-green pumpkins. Really, really, really fun to look for. And then don't forget the good old spaghetti squash. A lot of people think, is it going to taste like spaghetti? I don't know what to do. And it doesn't taste like spaghetti. It actually has a little bit sweeter taste. But when you cook it and you can pull it out with the fork, it looks like strands of spaghetti. And you can use it in place of spaghetti. You probably want to get rid of a little extra water if you're going to put some sauce on it.
Right.
But there's so many great eating varieties. So they're fun to look at, they're fun to decorate with, and they're wonderful to eat because they're great sources of vitamin A. So get your inside ready, get your outside ready. Squash is a great way to go.
All right. Thanks, Brenda. Thanks for stopping by.